the Finance Minister, Kenneth Ofori-Atta, has come under intense criticism after he stated that the Essipong Stadium renovation was 90% complete during his presentation of the 2022 budget last week. Residents are upset, saying his report is inaccurate. The stadium was built in 2008 as one of the 4 venues for the CAN 2008 competition. Former Sports Minister Isaac Kwabena Esiama disclosed in May 2020 that the stadium will be renovated. Well, after more than a year, the Finance Minister, Kenneth Ofori-Atta, made the statement on the floor during the budget presentation last week.
Mr. Speaker, some stadia across the country were renovated in 2021 and at various stages of completion as follows. Accra Sports Stadium, 98%. Phase 1 of Baba Yara Stadium, 98%. Essipong Stadium, 90% complete. Cape Coast Stadium, 60%. In 2022, government will continue the construction of the Abreu and the new Edubiasi Sports Stadia, as well as commence the rehabilitation of the Sunyani Coronation Park Stadium.
Is that really the case? Correspondent Natalia Kwanza visited the stadium and our report.
The facility you see behind me is the Sekondi Sports Stadium, located at Essipong here in the Western region. Hence, the other name is Essipong Sports Stadium. It is a 20,000-seater capacity stadium built as part of the host of stadia for the CAN 2008 competition. Over the years, it has gone some structural changes as it keeps on deteriorating. It has been a home to the Sekondi Hazakas Football Club, 11 Wise, the Midiama Sporting Club at some stages during its previous African campaign and domestic matches, as well as other national team assignments. Residents in Sekondi, Takrade, the Western and Central regions still have memories of the nights this edifice was completed. The entire stadium was full to the rafters as people far and near graced that night. However, same cannot be said today as the facility keeps deteriorating day in and day out. Though we have not been granted access to enter into the facility, a tour around the facility shows that the facility has not been completed 90% as presented by the Finance Minister to the floor of Parliament last Wednesday during the 2022 budget presentation.
Now, George Addo Jr. of our sports desk has been doing some digging.
We recalled that the then Sports Minister, Isaac Isiama, led a team of officials from his ministry in May of 2020, the National Sports Authority and the Western Regional Coordinating Council, to inspect the progress on rehabilitation works at the Essipong Stadium. He told the reporters at the media briefing that the stadium renovation works will be executed in 2 phases. The initial phase will cost about 18 million Ghana cedis and will cover the replacement of existing defective roofing sheets, sandblasting corroded roofing steel, and the application of heavy-duty coating system to guard against further deterioration of the metal structure from the Midwest to the South Stand. Phase 2 of the Essipong project, according to Isaac Isiama in 2020, will cover the renovation of spectator seats and electrical installations, as well as completion of the hotel or hostel facilities and other works. Sisdan, the contractor in charge of this project, are yet to speak. We expect a press statement from the Ministry of Youth and Sports and subsequent communication from the National Sports Authority on the matter. Now, even if the first phase of renovation was just about the roofing sheets, was just about the sandblasting, it doesn't appear from our checks that the first phase of renovation is up to 90%. And that's why the residents are not too excited about this.
Well, on Wednesday when I heard it, I was very, very sad, because if you look at the stadium, I was here last 2 months, and coming here again on Wednesday after the announcement that it was 90% done, I became really frustrated. And my frustration was with the fact that most of the work has not been done. And just as we've been hearing and we've been seeing from pictures and videos, it shows you that a lot of work is still yet to be done. And 90% is just not the evaluation for the amount of work that is done. It should be around 20%.
Very frustrated judging from the background, that Minister of Finance will tell you that it is 90% completed, whilst in reality, when you come here, the work that needs to be done is not like that. You see, if you come here and you look at the edifice, now they said they are done with the sandblasting and they are doing the painting. And even the painting alone, you could see just one, even if it's not even 1/3, a small portion being done.
My checks from the Sports Ministry and the National Sports Authority, that's really indicate that the Minister of Finance did slip in saying the renovation works at the Essipong Stadium was 90% complete. He was actually supposed to say that the first phase of the renovation work at the Essipong Stadium was 90% complete. Either way, from the evidence of what we have seen, it comes nowhere close, and there's certainly a lot of work to be done to make sure that this edifice that was put up here in 2007, commissioned and used for the Africa Cup of Nations in 2008, really serves its full purpose for the people of Essipong Stadium. George Addo Jr. from the Essipong Stadium.
Now, some sports journalists in the Western region have been speaking about this development. Listen.
For the first time, I had spoken out of myself, used words that I would not want to use on any politician, because after listening to the sports the finance minister, Honorable Kenneth Oyata, last time I was at Parliament, I think that he might have misled or misinformed with regards to the progress of work done at the secondary sports stadium. Some of us had followed ministers. I was with Honorable Essipong Stadium when he came for the first time to begin the process of renovation of the facility. And the last time we went to check on the facility, it looks as if, yes, work is ongoing, but if we should rate it or give it a percentage, I think it's about 15% work done so far. It was quite laughable when the finance minister was, so confident, saying works at the venue so far has been completed within the 90% range. I went there myself to check on the facility, and what I made of the facility is that yes, the roofing, which was the major problem, had been removed, and they've started casting, repairing and then casting, the steel trusses. They've started doing the work, but the truth of the matter is, it is not 90%.
Personally, I chanced upon hearing the finance minister saying the stadium is 90% complete, of which I discounted serious. Because if you look at the pitch status, the greener field, I think the grass is green, yes, but it must be grazed as well. The stands, as in the VIP sessions, is still not complete. For now, I can boldly say it is the roofing that is probably 90% complete, but still there is still work to be done, even on the roofing as well.
So what do you have to say to people out there who during the commission felt like, yes, we have a stadium and that was it?
Yeah, personally, I think it was miscommunicated that the stadium is ready and 90% complete. If you chance upon looking at the pictures, the states now, everybody will be like, wow, how is this 90% complete? Personally, it's not 90% complete. It is only boiled down to that is miscommunication on the part of the financial minister to the indigents and the people of Ghana.
Well, the Member of Parliament for Salton is the ranking member on the Sports Committee of Parliament, Kwabena Mensah William. He joins us on the line. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us here on Joy News Prime. First of all, is the committee aware of any renovation of any works being undertaken on the facility since it was announced by the former minister?
Yes, we are aware. I mean, good evening. Good evening, first and foremost, to your viewers and your good self. Yes, the committee was aware. In fact, it was brought to Parliament in terms of the figures for the job. We even interrogated the amount because that was the aspect that got their allocation overrunning the budget that was actually approved by Parliament. And so we actually interrogated the person. We were actually informed that they were renovating Accra, Kumasi, and Essipong. And so we knew some work had actually started at Essipong.
What was brought before you? What was brought before you, Honorable, just before you proceed on that? What was supposed to be the scope of work for Essipong?
Yes, actually, they were supposed to renovate totally the structural challenges. According to them, some metal parts were rusted, and they needed to replace seats. They needed to do some roofing work and some ceiling. And I mean, unfortunately, I don't have the documents in front of me to be able to tell you everything. So it was about just everything, more or less. So we knew some work had started. However, the difficulty had been the statement made by the minister on the floor of Parliament to Ghanaians, when in actual fact it does not reflect the actual situation currently. We had the opportunity to discuss a few of that, and we knew there were difficulties in releases of funds to contractors to continue with the work. We knew about some payment challenges and all that. And so, I don't know, I think the minister wasn't candid with the people of this country and Parliament in particular.
And has the committee had the opportunity to follow up on the works on the ground since it was approved and started?
Yes, actually, we've planned a series of visits to all these facilities, including even the youth resource centers that they're building across the country. And I think some visits started. I don't think we haven't gotten to Essipong. I mean, it was a gradual thing, a gradual process.
Okay. Now it is imagined that the accuracy of that account, rendered by the finance minister may not be, a true reflection of what is on the ground. Is the committee interested in ascertaining the veracity of that claim made by the minister?
Absolutely. We need to reflect the true situation to Ghanaians because they have come to submit to Parliament. And so we'll have to interrogate the content and then bring out what the facts are to the people of this country. And so we'll be doing the estimates, including the reports on some of these key factual misrepresentation. And so we will have to do that for the people. So this is something that is of great interest to us. And so we will do justice to it. I mean, there's a need for us to do justice to it.
Should we expect?
We already have the pictures. Some members have taken the trouble to pass through, taking various pictures. And so we do have pictures. We probably might go to have them printed fully, I mean, so that we can appreciate what the content is. So that at least, I mean, clearly, what the minister said, that it was 90% complete in paragraph 976 of the budget statement. It's really not correct. And so we've actually taken in the trouble to interrogate the figures churned out for the other facilities and look at what's happened, even with the Sunyani Coronation Park, which they indicated they were going to do something about. Now it appears there wasn't what was expected of the government to have taken place. It wasn't done. And so the people are rejecting what the chiefs, the people are rejecting what they propose in the budget. But clearly, there wasn't an understanding reached in that regard. So,
and Honorable, just briefly, before you take leave of us, can we expect an invitation to either ministers, either the finance or the sports minister, to provide details as you interrogate this issue?
Absolutely, because we cannot do this without them. And so we will have to involve them. And that is what the interrogation of the budget entails. We will have to do this with them, and they will have to tell us where they're coming from and exactly what the true picture is. And we'll have to probably pay a visit to the place and then come out the right picture. I mean, so that the people can. We can even, by Parliament appointment, engage the services of a QS to look at what it is, so that we come up with what needs to be done. I mean, what the public must know. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's the ranking member on the Sports Committee of Parliament, Kobna Mensah Woyomede, speaking to us on this development. Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for Isikado Ketan constituency, Joe Gate, had written to the Ministry of Youth and Sports demanding information on the stadium. The letter dated the 19th of November reads, The Finance Minister, in the budget statement delivered on Wednesday, 17 November 2021, stated that the rehabilitation works on the Essipong Stadium is 90% completed. My checks reveal otherwise. As a Member of Parliament for the area, I will be grateful if you could furnish me with the update of the said project, which is located in my constituency. Furthermore, if the information given is inaccurate, please furnish the Finance Minister with the accurate information to enable him advise himself accordingly. The project is of great interest to me and my constituents, and this is signed by Joe Gate, the MP for Esikado Kitan.